Warren, welcome to Wigan Athletic. Just how pleased are you to be the club's new manager?
Obviously delighted to get the opportunity. You've had dreams of things that you'd like to do in your footballing career, and I just think it seems a good fit really. All the plans that I want to do, all the ambitions that I've got, seem to match in with the chairman's ambitions as well. So hopefully we can, fulfil some of the ambitions that we've got.
The process of becoming the manager over the last week or so, it's been sort of ongoing, really. From your perspective, how's that process been? If you could just talk us through it a little bit, that'd be great.
I think one of the stumbling blocks is we were down at Tottenham and you had a game at Cardiff, so it was just getting together, time-wise, to talk on Sunday and go through some things, and really things have just progressed from there at probably a normal time, really. But I think that was one problem. The geography of where we actually were at those specific days.
You took training this morning after the move was announced last night. How was training, and what have you had to say to the players?
Yeah, obviously you're straight in and you want to make as much impact on your team. You've got a clear idea of how I want teams to play under me, but it doesn't come in one training session. It doesn't even come in a week or a month, or it can take a few months, it can take a while. But certainly this morning they were very receptive to the things we asked them to do. I thought they were bright, very enthusiastic, energetic, and there was some good quality as well.
You mentioned you have a clear way you want to play. Some managers talk of a football philosophy, a playing style. Some people don't like that word. What would you say though is your style? What would you ask from your teams?
Well, it's clear really. I think got a clear view on solving problems. So with and without the ball, we have to know exactly what our job is. So we know how to solve whatever problem the opposition's giving us, and then we know how to hurt them, when we have the ball. So they'll involve rotations and free play and movement, and good passing. But a big one is as well being able to stop the opposition from playing. So you want the performance, you want the perfect performance. Really, you strive for that with and without the ball. And if you get them things consistently, inevitably, you invariably get the win anyway.
I guess a blessing for you coming in is a number of players here. Of course, the lads from Manchester United, Max Power, worked under you at Tranmere Rovers. Do you find that beneficial to come into these lads?
To be fair, at the Championship, the majority of the players, over the last few years, we've had that many boys out on loan in the Championship doing well, and several lads obviously getting Hull City and Leicester promoted. So there's always a lot of boys out in there. I spend more time watching games in the Championship than probably watching the first team at Manchester United. So you're very familiar with a lot of the players here and a lot of the way teams play.
Ultimately, results are the key in the Championship, and to get the one at the weekend against Cardiff, I'm not sure if you watched the game, but it sets you up nicely to kick off now.
You're striving to win every game. Saturday will be no different than any other game this season. You want to do the same things. If you're talking about philosophy, it's people knowing the jobs with and without the ball, putting on a performance to entertain the fans. But the players have to know that. They have to know what their responsibility is when the opposition has the ball, and how we're going to break them down, and how we're going to either cut through them or pick our way through, when we've got good possession around the box.
You mentioned the game this weekend against Reading, the fans, DW Stadium. How excited are you to get out there?
Yeah, obviously, you can't tell people what to think. They make their own mind up about players and managers, and it's usually geared around what they see. So, the things that they see is how they will judge me in my time here, and that's how you like to be judged anyway in football, and that's how I think I've been judged in the past at all the clubs I've been at.
You mentioned external opinions there, and I guess that one criticism that'll be thrown is that Warren Joyce hasn't managed in the Championship or the Premier League in the last couple of seasons. How would you counteract that argument?
I think if you were trying to say that there's not much experience, I think if you actually looked into the experiences I've had, since coaching in 1994, and getting me full badges in 1988, I've had vast experiences. You've played for, you could name drop and it'd be like who's of managers. I don't think that really is relevant to sort of say that I'm going to be successful just because I've been under them, but I've certainly had a wide range of experiences. I'm certainly very familiar with the Championship, certainly familiar with dealing with men, you know, because regularly you're getting top stars passed down to top international players over a number of years now, so things like that don't faze me, don't bother me, you know, the slightest. But you know, I know them things, you know, for people to judge or guess or surmise when they might not really have all the facts. You know, I'm quite comfortable with what I've done so far. I've worked abroad, not many people have coached and managed foreign countries and all the problems and all the tactical things that you see there. So I think that with the wide range of people that I've been involved with over a number of years should stand me in good stead, you know, for what I'm about to do.
We'll just talk about Reading this weekend, the visitors to the DW. Have you seen much of them through the games you've been watching in the Championship?
Yeah, obviously you know, they've got some quality players and they like to pass the ball around. You know, they've got, obviously I know Yapstam, we played a few games against Ajax, you know, last season, so you know what his philosophy will be. You know, and they've got players that can do that he's worked on for a while, you know, and they're having good success doing it. So, you know, we've got problems in dealing with that, and then we've got to give them problems when we have the ball.
We'll just finish. Final message to the Wigan Athletic supporters ahead of your tenure as manager.
I'm just really looking forward to working for Wigan Athletic. You know, you live locally. My brother works for the rugby team. You've grown up around this area, and you're desperate to be part of something successful. Everywhere I've ever been, if you track back throughout all the teams I've coached and managed, and they've all been successful. So I'm just hoping for that to continue, really.